The Nautilus Project has had its fourth Clean Up the Beach Day. Today they're at Sandy Bay, and I went down along with a number of other volunteers to get my hands dirty and have a chat with Marine Biologist Lewis Stagnetto. Right, okay, so we were talking before about how plastic bottles, how long they take to break down.
Okay, so if you look at a plastic bottle like this, the average time that it takes to biodegrade is about 450 years. Okay, you compare that to a natural product, something like cardboard. You're looking at maximum cardboard if you throw it into the ocean. You're looking at a maximum of about a year before a biodegradation happens. And the reason for that is very simple. Any natural product has bacteria, microbes that break it down into smaller parts that then are reusable and go into the ecosystem. When it comes to plastic, these are man-made polymers, and what happens is that there is no bacteria to break it down, so you end up with this a huge difference between the biodegradation times. In fact, some of the latest research that's coming out suggests that the stuff doesn't actually break down at all. All that happens is it breaks down to smaller and smaller parts, and always remains in the ecosystem.
There's a lot of it, isn't there? I mean, we're in a very small corner on the beach here, and I mean, we're picking up loads of bottles, crisp wrappers, lollipop sticks. I mean, when you think of a beach, you think of families, you think of kids.
That's right.
Lollipop sticks, sun cola, sun tops, which are very popular.
And some of that is some of what we're seeing is waste of that does get left behind, either because it gets put in a bin and then it blows out the bin afterwards, or possibly because of the carelessness of some people. But the problem is that this isn't a problem that is specific to Gibraltar. This is the plastic issue is a worldwide issue, and so some of the stuff that we're seeing on this beach is actually recruited onto the beach through storms. So we're trying to raise the awareness of the issues with plastic here, get people engaged in all the stuff that we see here, so that we can change their actions locally. People modify what it is they do, and that'll reduce the amount of waste that we are bringing onto the beach, and reduce the impact that we have on our beach. Anything else after that is what's being recruited onto our beaches anyway.
So, on top of the locals that use the beach, I mean, as you say, things drift in from overseas, from the shoreline. It doesn't necessarily originate in Gibraltar.
Exactly.
We do have these trucks that clean the beaches for us every day. Is that right? Is it every day?
I believe it's every Wednesday now, especially Wednesday. Now that we're approaching the summer season. The beaches are cleaned every Wednesday. And
what's the biggest the biggest problem with relying on trucks? Big heavy trucks with big sort of claw-like things that they drag behind them.
There are two issues. Firstly, the trucks only tend to pick up the big things. The bottles. As you've seen, we've seen a lot of straws. Those are from lollipops and from various different sweet items. Those items don't get picked up, yeah, and they remain in the sand, which is by proportion we see so many. The other problem is that these small plastic items can still be ingested. Even though they're small, they can still be washed out or blown out into the sea and can still be ingested. In fact, it's not the big plastic bottle that's going to get ingested by a fish, it's the small broken up bit of plastic that's going to get ingested. And of course, once it's ingested and it's in the stomach of the fish, the toxins that are in the plastic leach out into the flesh of the animal and contaminate the animal. It can kill the animal, and if it doesn't, if you catch that animal and eat it and eat the flesh, you won't see any plastic per se, but the toxin will be there, and that will go into your own body with the health implications associated with that.
Right. And we were talking earlier, and one of the points that you mentioned, and I hadn't considered it, was the subject of fishing line. I mean, a lot of people here in Gib like to fish. I like to fish. You like to.
I like to fish. Yeah.
What happens with a fishing line?
Nylon fishing line, specifically nylon fishing line, is is one of the worst offenders for biodegradation, and that's estimated at about 600 years. So that on the list of all the items that we've spoken about, that's the one that has the longest biodegradation time. Obviously, it's cheap, it's a product that's strong, that's durable, we all use it, we all like to use it, it's very reliable, but it does seem to have the worst effect on the environment.
600 years for fishing lines to break down.
That's
so
right.
when you imagine all those people that fish from their boats, they fish from the Muelle, and from all the sites around Gibraltar where people like to fish, we all know that breaking a line is something
common
very, very common.
Yeah.
And all that fishing line is at the bottom of our sea.
That's right. But taking into account as well that fishermen are some of the most engaged people with the environment. So it's, you know, from that perspective, I'm less worried about the damage that fishermen are doing because they are so engaged. You know, it's thoughtlessness that we're really trying to eliminate. Once people get engaged locally, beachgoers and activity, people that just do leisure time on the beach, then we'll have taken out a very large slice of the contributions of plastic to our coastline.
Fantastic. Lewis, the turnout here today has been pretty good. You've got quite a few people come down with their kids. We've taken some footage of kids picking things up. Must be heartwarming.
It's good to see. We couldn't do this without the community. This isn't something that we can do by ourselves. So it's great to see that people are actually taking it upon themselves to come down and give an hour of their time. We'd like to thank everybody that's come down today, everyone that's come on previous beach cleans, and for the people that have already signed on and are yet to come, because it is a community effort. We're not going to change this situation by just the beach cleans, but if we raise enough awareness, we might prevent a big slice of the problem from happening again.
Well, I'm with you on that. Good luck.
Thank you very much.